down a little. Alrighty. So, going on in now. Third game of the day here. We're going to be here with Hanwha Life and Infinity Esports. Let me see what we've got here. It's super fun so far, honestly. So, Hanwha Life and Infinity Esports. This might be actually a little fun for those of us with a bit of fandom for the Church of Chovy. But there is a lot for Infinity Esports to try to actually prove here on the world stage here. They just actually won their first game earlier today. Sorry for the spoilers here. Against CBLO representative Red Canids. But HLE still actually looking for their first win here on this first day in their group. Oh dear. Alrighty. So for... Oh, did I? There we go. There we go. Okay. Cool. We are jumping straight into picks and bans. Cody should not get into LeBlanc pretty much the entirety of the play-in stage. He's going to be banned against them constantly as we do see. Alrighty. So on the side of Infinity Esports, Bugak, Solid Snake, Cody, White Lotus, Ackerman. On the side of LCK's Hanwha Life Esports, Morgan, Arthur, Chovy, Deft, and Vista. So bans coming through here. Iwelia and Trinamir taken out by Infinity Esports. Guess I saw Chovy playing earlier. Morgan was on the Irelia earlier today against LNG, but that did not work out on account of Jax and Ale being a monster on that one. HLE though gonna ban out the LeBlanc and the Lucian and the Jarvan. I guess I appreciate them not flexing too hard on Latin America by not banning anything here. So, one last ban here coming out from Infinity Esports. Let's see what they want to keep out of the hands of Hanwha Life. Because I think the only other major power pick I could be thinking about Camille. So, getting rid of another split push. So, getting rid of 3 big split pushers that Morgan or Chovy could take and really dominate a side lane. So, they're really... I think they're still going to be probably aiming for like some sort of team fight option here. But that leaves the Lee Sin available, and that actually gets rid of all of the... It gets rid of all the stealth assassins that are in the jungle now. Because of his cripple, because of his Lee Sin's E, he can actually basically just negate any of the stealth abilities that come out from, say, Talon, Kiana. Zed doesn't really have much stealth in his kit, really. But basically the word on the street is Lee Sin kind of owns the jungle right now. Infinity Esports going to counter with just a simple, what we saw earlier, the Amumu Misfortune bot lane Wombo combo, which has a lot of great potency if they can actually find the openings for it. And HLE just going to counter, getting deft his Ezreal, which was hit or miss earlier today. Hopefully it plays a little bit more careful. And then Vista on his Leona. So a lot of good brawl, a lot of going in there. And Solid Snake's going to grab himself the Xin Zhao. Still a good front to back, still a lot of going in there. Let's see if he can actually get a little bit more out of it today than he got out of the Jarvan earlier on. Okay, and let's see. Second round of Band-Aids. Get rid of Chovy's Orianna, which if you actually got to watch LS and Nemesis go through their draft phase, Orianna looked a lot like one of the best mid laners coming into Worlds. And nothing really S tier, and I believe maybe A tier, but definitely just felt a lot better than the majority of mid lane picks that could actually come out in this tournament, if I'm recalling that correctly. I was podcasting that, if you will, so my visual memory is not available for me to help paint that. Yone banned out as well on the side of Infinity Sports, and HLE will ban out Gnar and Kennen. So getting rid of any good team fight Wombo combo assists that could really help them out. And Infinity Sports is getting rid of a lot of solo lane options there. It's 5 solo lane bans that could more or less be picked between top and mid lane. So really just trying to limit Chovy's champion pool of at least all the OPs that are in play at this time. Zoe coming in for Cody, so that looks actually, that's pretty promising. It's gonna be the first time we're gonna see Zoe actually in this tournament. I don't believe we've seen them. I think we might have seen them earlier. I feel like we might have seen them earlier. But yeah. And Azir. Could be a very good, just safe pick for Chovy. And yeah, so safe Chovy. He's gonna get the Azir. He's gonna scale up. Gonna collect his mountain of gold with his CS. And he'll be ready for the big team fights. And that puts a scaling pressure there on Infinity Esports to make something happen. Otherwise, Chovy's just going to be able to just front to back of the entire team. It's not like Infinity Esports are going to have a true tank on their side when the team fights come in. Oh, and Morgan goes back to the Renekton. Recently quite nerfed and sort of some mixed expressions or impressions about this champion now. But let's see how they pull this through here. And here comes the top lane counter pick for Bugax. What is he going to take into this Renekton? Because it should be a pretty familiar matchup. And is he going to... Oh... And the Graves has finally made it in. And this is going to be a top lane Graves for those that are uninitiated. This Graves these days is actually kind of nutty. Actually kind of busted. Able to just put out major damage. I don't know if it's the Neon build that was talked about earlier this year, but if he actually goes into a sustained build, the amount of damage that puts out and how hard he is to kill ends up becoming just an overwhelming element in the game. Let me see here. Play-ins. Oops. Let's go. Stage. Yeah, fix a few things. Okay. Alright, so this is actually looking pretty squared and locked in. But this also just puts him at a super short range. The Azir is going to actually kind of own this map, own this whole match. If Infinity Esports cannot actually get some avenues in and just make some plays happen, make some things happen.
But of course, the longer this game goes on, the more we tend to lean towards the LCK 4th seed, the Azir, the Ezreal, hell, even the Lee Sin to an extent, just being able to set up so nicely is going to be such a pain for Infinity to try and deal with if they let it to just slide off to the distance. Yeah, and that's one of the big things here. I feel like there's going to be a hell of a lot of attention on top side, right?
There's got to be a lot of attention topside, agreed. There has to be an incredible amount of attention topside for them to even try to make something out of this. It's a very separated comp here on the side of Infinity Esports. Bugax on his Graves is going to be able to actually have quite a good dominant experience in the side lane, especially against the melee Renekton. But I mean, if HLE ever decide to just, you know, in the mid game, just have Chovy match up against Bugax in the side lane, Bugax is never gonna be able to really reach him and be able to get that damage down. And yeah, that'd be super rough there. So there ends up being, it's still putting the reaction and the need for action to come out of Infinity Esports. Meep. Okay. Let me actually go ahead and grab over here. I need...
have some sort of plays on this Azir. See if he's able to make it happen. Of course, the Surima shuffle, if you will, or shuffle even, if you will, and the Emperor's very powerful tools just setting up the rest of your team. You can push them all into
well, I'm misreading, or I'm misremembering things. Can I actually fix that? We'll see. So Infinity Esports actually lost earlier. CBLOL that came back. Yes, I'm remembering now. I misremembered that. Alright, so Bugax and Nana up top. And it's going to be a big leash scare given for Willer by Morgan. So that's going to give initial control of the wave over to Bugax.
For Willer, I actually assumed he would start bot and start to path up topside towards Morgan. But in fact, going to actually follow the pathing of Solid Snake down. And we'll have to see if he can actually contest one of these scuttles.
And I think they actually just read that. Yeah, they're just looking to follow Solid Snake here. I think they're trying to just nullify any action out of Infinity Esports. Like Willer, he's not a proactive character in Lee Sin, but all he really has to do is just prevent Solid Snake from getting anything done on the map. We go back to, if Homolife scales, they win this. There's not an incredible amount of pressure for them to do anything in this match. Level 2 exchanges. Looks like it went over to Infinity Sports immediately or earlier on, but they didn't really get much out of it. Level 3 comes out from Solid Snake, and he's just going to path mid here. Chovy's got level 3, so he's going to be able to jump out of this. Solid Snake, I guess, is aware that he got spotted. He's just going to walk it out.
Looks like it's going to be a quick move here from Solid Snake, just saying, look, I'm here. You can't get anything off of Cody underneath the tower. But Morgan, I feel like he can go for this trade. It's a bit dangerous.
Morgan getting a little bold there, because there's nothing about Bugax. There's no reason for Bugax to be really scared of this matchup. He's got fleet footwork to give himself extra sustain. He's got the range advantage, even though he's kind of more brawly brawler. So I just don't think by the end of it, especially if Bugax can get his quick draw off, he's going to be pretty thick. There it is. Get that off early. Stun's going to come out, but Bugax is still going to be able to actually just push into this pretty well here. Yep, big heal out of the Call the Meek. So it's going to be the early advantage in this matchup. It's just Morgan's going to have a better sustain option with an empowered Call the Meek. But it's not going to hold out too much longer. Ackerman gets a proc onto one of the minions. Throws out another one. Just looking for these aggressive trades here. Trying to actually get a grab onto Daft or onto Vista and just have themselves a trade. I'm not sure if he wants it though. Okay. So Willer finally beginning his second round of jungle clear. Still no ganks available. Or at least no ganks really acted upon. And it looks like Infinity wants to back. Ackerman's gonna stop his back. It's because he was scared of, I guess, getting jumped on there. And he's gonna have to actually like try to hold this wave here. Others are gonna shove it in here, and he's gonna get chunked out pretty good, but should be just fine. Morgan's going in on Bugax here. Bugax down to half health. They're down to 200 health. And Bugax, you're gonna have to wait a while. You need to get like an item or two under your belt before you're kind of laughing at this future pair of shoes. They're just mirroring each other. I think he's making a good point about just like Willer ideally on Lee Sin wants to be making plays, because Solid Snake on the Zinjao does like more or less just outscale him and perhaps becomes more snowbally or volatile and more damage the later the game goes. But it's not clear that like Willer cares to do anything other than just prevent Solid Snake from doing anything. But after what happened earlier in the match against Red Canids, it's not clear that Solid Snake is an aggressive jungler or ganker. Alright, so Solid Snake lane gank here. Maybe able to catch anything? Ackerman trying to back off here. Looks like they're going to move themselves up. Take this first Drake. Yeah, no vision available. They think there's actually danger in here, so they think there's a gank available. This is going to check it. Willer does the Q, and they know that this is happening. They know the dragon's happening, and Infinity Sports is going to start dropping off here. Willer, he's in the pit. Cody's able to make the move before Chovy, and Chovy's still sitting over there, just getting out of lane right now. Solid Snake jumps into Willer. Teleport is going to come through from Chovy. He's going to come in from the bottom side, and it's going to be cleared out. Solid Snake flashing away, but he's just going to burn to death here from Vista. Oh, but the Zenith Blade connects, and he's going to be able to fly on in. Willer's going to secure it and clean that one up. So it's going to be a 2-4 dragon. Kind of worth. Feels way more worth, or at least the momentum for Homolife, because gets the crab. Morgan didn't need to do anything. Morgan didn't even have TP. There's a big desync there on teleports that just allowed that to be a 4v4. Chovy dodges everything. And Cody without a prayer for actually hitting anything there. Let me see. Let me make an adjustment. Alright. Alright, so at this point, CSLE top side with a good bit of gold. Took a turret. Bot side, 5-6 CS difference. Mine's about a good chunk. So, Cody is trying to zone this out here. Teleport comes in from Chovy, but at that moment, like, Saltsink just secures the kill. Dies for it, but at least gets them out. Great catch onto Vista just to catch the lowest health target that was separating from the other teammate. And now Willer, he's going to get to jump onto the Rift Herald. And this could be the first Rift Herald. This can be put into top lane, middle lane, bot lane, and I would actually really want to put it into bot lane, to mid lane. I want this Azir to get accelerated. Like that's what you want on Hama Life Esports. The sooner you get your late game carry online, the sooner you get to your late game. The sooner you get to your big team fight win condition. Yeah. So Morgan doing well, holding himself in this matchup. He's using brush control, and it's kind of forced Boogax. I imagine Boogax might be going for shield bow, but the vamps up to start kind of speaks to how much you feel you need to sustain yourself in a match. Morgan gonna rum down, probably gonna grab some star food here, and get himself topped up, and head himself right back on up. Good paddle star sleep bottle from Cody. And they need to find some sort of engager, something to do here. It's not clear Saltsink is doing more than tickling aggressively this Renekton. Okay. Alright, let's see here. Okay, cool. Holding that down. Alright, Chovy's about to actually, he's gonna get 2 turret plates off of this, and there's the proc. So this is going way in their favor here. And yeah, Willer still has that Rift Herald on his person. He's able to bring that to someone. 500 gold lead just in the mid lane, but top side there, still 5, that's 700. Yeah, it's just little incremental advantages on the side of Hama Life Esports to build up to this 3,000 total gold lead. It's leading to little edge points in terms of just item differences, but that may be all that's required to actually just even win out in these team fights, or just win out in the pushing. Just get the prio and then take yourself to where you want to go. Okay, Sonic Wave's going to connect. Willer doesn't want it. And HLE trying to position themselves. White Lotus got chunked up by something there. That's going to take him out of this fight. He's not going to be able to get back in time here. If he wants to contend for this dragon, he has to just give this up here. I don't believe Infinity Sports are going to be able to do much with this. They have their vision control, but they're not really going to be able to do much with it. Morgan's still in the phase of being able to bully Boogax. I think Boogax might be backing to work. Nope, still waiting for it. HLE still not clear that they're trying to actually go for this dragon. Oh? Alright. So this is where the Rift Shard's gonna go. They're gonna drop. They should be dropping this. Okay, no. There we go. Cannon's dead. Alright, so that's a decent timing for that. Cannon's gotta go bye-bye. And that's gonna kill all but like one little bit of the turret. 2 minutes left to get rid of that. But oh boy, Boogax. Oh no. Oh, this is too close here. Morgan's a little out of it. He's gonna bring out the Dominus. Oh, he's going to get one off. And the turret's going to get the second proc off. Flashes away, but he dies. Bad flash there. 1-for-1 trade here top side. Likely it's going to favor Boogax as this game goes later and later. There's not any anti-sustain coming in from Morgan yet to counter the shield bow. But that was... You didn't have to do that. You didn't have to go for that. It's a little suspicious, honestly. And this is actually... Teleports are available topside here. Don't believe... Nope. It's kind of taking a look around. This first dragon's taking a long time to be taken. We're at 13 minutes into the game. No dragon's been taken. Cody's flirting with danger there, buddy. I want to be taking that portal with... If Miller was any better at connecting that sonic wave to really catch you up, push you out. But they're still going to get the dragon. So I'm alive. Posture... Just lane-based gold leads. Alright. It's going to be... Next Drake's going to be Ocean Drake. So we're looking at Mountain or Cloud for this match. And Boogax might actually... Yep, turret played over to him. So catching that just in time. Trying to... Just edging out a few... Just a few little efficiencies. Little gold advantages. Yeah, this is super... So it's weird, actually. So we were seeing earlier on, at least, and it was even showing up in more, I guess you could say, passive regions like NA. But the LPL sort of popularized the ability to just have these level 2, tower dives, these level 2 ganks. And just from wave manipulation and just the lethality of the champions. And we are not seeing all that many tower dives. It's at least not with the same frequency and regularity that we were seeing in LPL, LEC, LCS during the summer split. And the Worlds patch hasn't really changed a lot of things. These assassin junglers are more prevalent, and maybe that has something to do with just how much health has been acquired in the levels that are available, damage that's available, but there's just a distinct lack of aggressive gameplay that I would want to see out of, at least for especially like Infinite Esports. Like, don't got much to lose. Not in most worlds, not expected to make it out of play-ins. Thanks for coming. But there's just not a lot of gameplay. Like, they don't have any. It's not clear they have confidence in trying to just go for the play, go for the kill. Oh, Sleepy Trouble Bubble's going to hit here. Ackerman's going to get caught up. He's going to be down to half health. Bullet Time comes out to push it away here. Chovy gets caught and gets cut down to half. Otherwise, it wasn't doing a lot. Oh, True Shot Barrage is going to clip him. But this is putting this fight into like a 2v4. Solid Snake's going to use... Oh, boy. He uses his ult to push them away. And Infinity Sports trying to re-engage here. Health pool not in their favor. I'm not sure what Lotus is going to do here. He has no mana. Here comes Boogax. Trying to chase down Vista. And there's going to be a trade out here. Ackerman's finally dead here. Cody's going to kill off Willer, actually. And it's going to be a great catch here. Collateral damage to help finish it off here. And oh my gosh. Infinite Esports just kill 4 on the side of Hama Life Esports. So I curse it and it comes to be. We're needing more willingness to fight out of these play-ins, out of these play-in teams, out of Infinite Esports. And they stumble into this fight with Hama Life Esports and they win it. And that is huge. This is what just needs to happen here. So Solid Snake's trying to just get out of here. He's kind of overcommitted. Ackerman's super low. But yeah, Cody gets in and gets a huge chunk onto Willer. And they're just going to be zoned out here. And White Lotus is kind of headlongs into this. Boogax is in the middle of it. He just starts shooting people left and right here. Solid Snake trying to get the catch on. Cody goes over, flashes after them, and then just connects the sleep onto Chovy. Chovy not able to sidestep that one and can't even push away the threats. So just a very disjointed fight. And props to Infinite Esports for just capitalizing on it and outplaying the situation. I really want to give it to Boogax because he just got into the middle of that team and just did work. And apparently Cody was doing major work. 3Ks. Nuts for that fight.
Many of their advantages come from early skirmishes. They're not about trying to like, hey, let's move Cody topside to Bugax. Let's try and play with like Ackerman moving around the map. It's about fighting.
And here comes the Rift Trail coming down. Bot side. And it's going to be able to get a good bit of chunk onto the turret. It's not going to put out any gold. Turrets fell a while ago. But it is getting Infinity Sports in the right direction. Because if you don't kill structures in this game, it never ends. Oh, Ackerman's going to catch. Chris catch. Mommy catches out both. He's going to put Def down to no health here. Sova's going to come through. Ackerman getting super low. When becomes lightning, connects onto Vista, but they're not going to be able to do much else with it. True Shot Barrage hits Ackerman, but stays alive. Just 100%. Just 100 health left. HLE late to the rotation. Not much else here. Cody is going to go grab himself some Starfruit. Chovy now bullying Bugax. This is what we were talking about. The range difference between Chovy and Bugax in the mid game is going to basically negate the effectiveness and the split push and the bullying that the Graves can do getting to the stage around 1.5 items against the Renekton. And the Renekton doesn't care about Zoe. He can dodge like the critical skill shots. He can slice and dice away from them. He can sustain still pretty well. But now, you know, Bugax has to show up in fights and surround the enemy team by himself, more or less. Alright, so now, Bugax gonna get that turret, or he's gonna kill the Azir turret. Willer going over to collect dragon. This will be their third dragon of the game. Should be seeing a Cloud Drake as the next one. Alright. So through the power of Bugax and his stubbornness, they win the fight, and that eventually translates into their first turret of the game. Goldie is still 3,000 in the favor of Homolife Esports. They also have a 1 Drake lead on that soul count. But Infinite not letting themselves be out of this just yet. Well, Morgan trying to get position. This could be a 4-man dive here. Ackerman has ult available. Cody is gonna walk into this. Sleepy Trouble goes out here. He's actually gonna be able to get away with it. Body block there from Morgan. Ackerman at half health right now. Some exchange went down. Some poke from Defter Chovy, really some support. Down in health, set him back. Put some boobies on him. Some boo-boos on him. But now Bugax just wants to walk into this, and there's not much they can really do about it. Morgan's trying to run away, trying to grab as much of the Starfruit as they can. Here comes a flank here from Ackerman. He's going to jump on in here. Ultimate is going to come through, and Chovy is dead here. Great position. Emperor's Divide does nothing to save his life there. Collateral damage is going to connect onto a few, and Infinite Esports just running at Homolife Esports now. And Infinite take it. There's no objectives for them to really take off this. They need to sort of shove out midwave to try to get some damage onto this turret. I'm not sure, but it needs to be taking more. Ooh, that Q killed something and almost killed Deft. Big damage there.
They take things slow, but if you're too slow, you're just going to get caught out. And this is exactly what we saw in Game 4 and Game 5 of the LLA Grand Finals. Infinity fall behind, but these team fights, these moments to make the picks happen, was what drew them back from the brink. And now against Hanwha, Infinity...
Okay. So, because of my gaps in knowledge, apparently Infinite Esports back in the LLA just clawed their way with just making plays, and that's what got them to Worlds. So, I think what we're actually going to be really happy to see with LLA, with this at least play-in team going forward, is that they are not scared to make plays. They will make the plays. They will try to win the game, which should feel a lot better, which should feel really good here going into these play-ins, because we're far away from any sort of meta that requires perfect execution and allows for absolute choking out. There are fights to be had. There are fights to be done. Oh, and that bubble's going to connect on the Chovy. Cody being good here, kind of bullying his Korean counterpart. So here's Morgan and Willer kind of looking for something. I think they want to dive onto someone, but Ackerman's like, screw it. I'm going to scanner this. Scanner's going to run out. And he's like, oh, hi, Chovy. Catches them, interrupts the dash. And then he is just blown up there. Emperor's Divide comes through, but it doesn't really do anything to anyone. And that's that. So good stuff out of Bugax there. Just look for something and get it. And now here comes the switch up. Collector and Immortal Shield Bolt available. Sterix Gauge and Gorgnicker on the side of Morgan with his steel cap. So trying to negate the damage, trying to be a thick, beefy boy. But eventually it is my expectation at this point in the mid-game, 23 minutes in, that Bugax kind of wins the one-on-one, especially in a longer stage situation. He's cutting through a decent amount. Well, the lethality on the Collector is going to help at least curtail what these steel caps are doing. And Solid Snake getting a little too Solid Snakey, about to make some mincemeat out of you. Ackerman shows up to be ready to support them. So yeah, Infinity Sports still just like kind of outplaying or just taking the opportunities that Helmet Life Esports are providing them and just saying, hey, if you give us access to these turrets, we are going to take them. We know what it takes to win. Kill turrets, get gold, kill Nexus. Oh boy, Wireless gonna have to flash cleanse out here, but the stun's gonna come down. Oh, he goes golden here. Oh, bullet time. I don't think I really caught anything here. Solid Snake having to flash away here. Crescent guard as expires, not much else to do. Shockwave connects, but cannot do anything else from there. Cody died during that exchange here, and I think Hama Life are just kind of done playing around here. Wave's gonna get cleared out by Bugax. Great decision from there, but they're just gonna tank up the turret one at a time to try to actually get this finished off. Okay. So it's going to be third Drake from Home Life Esports. Going to put them on Ocean Soul. This is going to do well for at least the poking elements of Infinity Sports' comp. Oh, White Lotus is going to get caught there by the True Shot Barrage here. Def just ease in to try to blow him up here, but they turn and they're going to be able to get a free time on the rest of Infinity Sports. The bullet time doesn't really catch anyone at all there. Cody dies at that point, and Solid Snake gets chased down. It's not clear he ever gets caught, actually. Oh, Soulfire's going to come down. It's going to connect on to Solid Snake here. Can't even get his Crescent Guard up in time. And that's the jungler. That's going to be Baron here. Hama Life Esports have tired of messing around. Tired of these free kills going over to Infinity Sports. It's time to get this handled. Teleport not available for either top laner. So this is going to be a 4v4 exchange here. Now, it's like, what are Infinity Sports going to be able to do with this? True Sharp Barrage is going to put out a good bit of chunks onto them, and Deft is just going to actually just ruin his time, and there is dead Cody. So, yeah, alrighty, free Baron. Free Baron there, bud. Free Baron, yeah. Good job there, bud. Oi. Yeah. 3-item Ezreal hurts here. Bugak's trying to catch him here, but Def's going to be able to kill him before he kills him here. Shield Pro coming out from the shield bow, and luckily the minions were in the way here because I think Def might have been able to actually finish off that fight on a 1v2. ADC and Graves plus versus the ADC, and that did not look fair here. 5,000 gold lead for Hama Life Esports. True Shot Barrage laying some backs. And 3 minutes from now, which should be, yeah, just after the end of their Baron, Life Esports going to be able to grab Ocean Soul, because that's what we would expect here. Infinity Esports need to find something else here. 6,000 gold lead. It's on the brink of insurmountable. There is a way to actually play that out and to win that and to bridge that gap in a fight. But they've got to be there for the fight. They've got to be able to put their comp together, get themselves a good Curses of Sad Money, a good bullet time into, you know, collateral damage, and just Zoe's just poking people left and right. Unfortunately, this gold lead is also going to probably balloon to like, what, 8K before this is over. So, minute 40 left. Still have one more tier 2 available there top side, but I think they're just going to commit to sieging onto this bot lane. Morgan's going to go over and empower the mid lane. Alright. Oh, Bugak going in here. He wants to try to actually get something done here. Morgan's not going to be able to get this. He quick draws in here. Shield Bow proc activated. Dominus as well. Oh, Bugak cannot beat that sustain from Morgan. And yeah, the Gore Drinker's already back up. The sustain's coming through here. The Nexus turrets are under siege here by the Cannon minions. And Chovy's just casually taking the mid inhib tower here. So Infinite Esports kind of falling apart here. Oh, Bugak's going to get caught by Morgan. Morgan's just trying to play delay here, but I think he's going to be able to kill him. Bugak's at such a low health here. Life Esports coming out to save the scene, but don't think... Oh, they're going to let him get away here. Playing priority. 30 seconds left on the Baron buff. Looks like they're going to just reset, come out, have control of the Ocean Drake, and take that. And that should get them super sustained with the Ocean Soul, and once again prime them for Baron, for sieging, baiting Baron. This game is kind of in the bag here. 6,000 gold lead. Only 6,000 gold lead on the side of Life Esports. 7. Yeah. So just a 6,000 gold lead on the side of HLE. That doesn't... That should be more. That should be more. And we're not even actually confirming the effective gold that's in play right now. Ackerman looking for a catch here, but Def's going to just kite out, go over by chickens. Alright, Def's kind of flirting with danger there. Buga's going to smoke screen him away. But this is... They're kind of just holding control over this. And Joey's just going to push the inhib tower right now. Bugax and Salt's like trying to get a catch onto Morgan here. Wimbiculum's lightning is going to connect there. Ackerman's going to go in there. Chris said maybe doesn't really catch so much. The bullet time cuts Deft. And well, they're kind of in half here. 3 procced on the side from the True Shot Barrage here. But this is just going in here. Solid Snake going one-on-one with Chovy. I don't think he's actually even got that. Goes Golden. Vista is still alive with Weller. They're just holding them down. They're going to be 1v4ing that of Infinite Esports, and they're finally going to go down. 2 kills over for Bugax. He's running for the hills with Ackerman. Oh, can they catch on to Jeff? They're going to catch on to him. He's going to blow up. Oh, the Q doesn't go off in time. And Bugax and Ackerman still on the run here. Morgan, full health, full rage bar, ready, looking for this. Oh, boy. Stun's going to come out here, big Q, and that's going to be a dead Graves here. Ackerman left alive, but no Curse of Sad Mommy. Chovy's just going to push it in. Not the craziest match there out of Chovy, but Life secure their first kill of play-ins. A little rough there at the end there for Ackerman, but that will be the match for Life Esports.